Okay, finding missing sides on similar shapes. So we've already learned how to spot for the ratios between corresponding sides. So you're told these two shapes are similar. These are the two corresponding sides. So to get the ratio, we're comparing 9 to 4.5. Now just looking at those two numbers, you might realise that this is twice that. But even if you don't, let's have a look what you would do. Okay, you need to scale up first before you go down because we've got a decimal. So we could say that that is 90 to 45 by multiplying both by 10 and then realising that I can divide both of them by 45 and that's 2 to 1. So if I want to find x on this shape, you look for the corresponding side on that shape, which is 12. And then you either multiply by 1 over 2 or 2 over 1. Now you always put, if you're going to a smaller shape, you always put the smaller of these two numbers on top. So you times by 1 over 2. 12 times a half is 6 centimetres. So same here to get y. You look for the corresponding side on this shape and it's 5. So it's 5 times, now because I'm expected to get a bigger answer out of these two, I put the bigger number on the top of the fraction, times it by 2, divide by 1. 5 times 2 is 10, divided by 1, it's still 10. Now that was a very straightforward question because you could possibly have got those answers anyway, just realising, well hang on, that's half of this. So that's got to be half and that's got to be double. But if we set it out this way, it's the same for any question. Okay, so the next question. We've got two rectangles that we are told are similar. Which are the two corresponding sides? They're these two. So my ratio is 5 to 8. Now can I simplify that at all? Is there any times table they both go into? No. So I then know if I'm going to a bigger shape, I'm going to multiply and put the bigger one on top. If I'm going to a smaller shape, I'm going to multiply by the smaller one on top. So bigger shape, bigger number on top, smaller shape, smaller number on top. I'm asked to find the length of FG. It corresponds with the 9, so FG equals 9 times by, I'm going to a bigger shape, so I use the one with a bigger number on top, times 8 over 5. Okay, so some of them might get a bit tricky. You might need to use a calculator. 9 times 8 divided by 5 equals 72 over 5, 14.4 centimetres. Okay, slightly trickier one here. The shapes have been turned around. So you're told that they're similar shapes, or you could actually see by the markings. That angle is the same as that angle. These are the same, and then the empty ones are the same. Sorry, that was 9 centimetres. So, which ones do I have corresponding sides for? So, between 2 markings and 1 marking, those two correspond. Between 1 marking and no markings, 1 and none, those two correspond. Here's where I get my ratio from 2 markings to no markings, 2 markings to no markings. So my ratio is 15 to 9. So can I simplify that? Well, yes, they're both in the 3 times table. So divide them both by 3, it's 5 to 3. So I'm either going to times by 3/5 if I'm going to a smaller shape, or I'm going to times by 5/3 if I go to a bigger shape. Okay, so smaller shape, smaller number on top. Bigger shape, bigger number on top. So I want to find out x first of all. So which side does x correspond with? Between 1 marking and 2 markings, 1 marking and 2 markings is the 12. So it's 12, and I'm going from a smaller shape to a bigger shape, so times by 5 over 3. 12 fives are 60, divided by 3 is 20. You could also do 12 divided by 3 is 4, times by 5 is 20. Y, if I'm asked for y, that corresponds with the 20, 1 markings, no marking, 1 marking, no markings, so it's 20. Now I'm going to find the answer that's going to be smaller. It's a smaller shape, so I put the smaller number on top. 3 divided by 5. 20 times by 3 is 60, divided by 5 is 12 centimetres. Or 20 divided by 5 is 4, times by 3 is 12 centimetres. Okay, you can have a go at the workings now.